Hey there, I'm Mr. Know-It-All, the lead swing trading analyst trader at Swing Trade Pros, the #1 swing trading and bot community in the world. And I genuinely want to help you make your mark in the thrilling world of swing trading cryptocurrency. I've been trading since 2017 and I've taught myself many different trading strategies, patterns. I'm known for the falling wedge pattern, as you guys might know. I've dedicated my life to mastering these types of structures and patterns, and now my goal is to impact the lives of 1 million of you. You heard that right. My goal is to impact 1 million people this bull cycle. Let that be you. Cryptocurrency markets can be a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs. But through swing trading, I've discovered a strategy that can truly make a difference. I've poured countless hours to studying the intricacies of falling wedge patterns, rising wedge patterns, you name it. And it has become my area of expertise. Here's the thing. I genuinely want to see you thrive in this market. That's why I've made it my mission to impact 1 million of you. I want to provide you with the tools, insight, and support you need to navigate this exciting but challenging landscape. Swing trading is not just about technical analysis, it's about understanding market psychology and developing disciplined risk management strategies. I'll be there to guide you step by step as we identify different types of patterns and structures and seize profitable opportunities. Together, we'll build your confidence in trading skills, ensuring you're well prepared to face the twists and turns of swing trading. Believe me when I say that I genuinely care about your success. That's why I'm inviting you to join me, Mr. Know-It-All, on this transformative journey. Let's make the most of this bull cycle and work towards your financial freedom together. You'll find all my links in my bio. Reach out and let's dive into this world of swing trading. I'm here to support you and your family and guide you every step of the way because your success matters to me. Together, let's make a real impact and achieve trading success.
All right, everybody. Bitcoin is making lower highs right now. We're still in the structure, so nothing to really be too concerned about just yet. I will say that Tether right now is above this 5.74% region on the daily, which usually bodes to the downside for the market. So we are a bit bearish right now, cautiously bearish on the market. Tether broke a daily squeeze to the upside. So we can safely assume right now, especially when Tether is crossing the bullish area here on the daily time frame, that we are going to see potentially more downside in the market. I do believe this will be short-lived. I think Tether will probably come up to this 6.53% region. So we're almost there, for maybe another week or two of downside. Short term here, though, we are looking at a 15-minute overbought on Tether. So I think Tether will come back down. So you could safely leverage trade some longs if you want to scalp long on the back test for Tether. That's really it right now. I think we're just in correction mode in the market. We saw a major upside these past few months. So a corrective move down for Bitcoin is good. It's healthy, especially for the total market. Total market also sitting at a support level. If we do end up breaching this support, it's totally possible for this to come down to the breakout area, right, where we broke out from, which will definitely have some implications to price, and will definitely cause some more blood on the streets. So definitely prepare yourself for that. You can see the 2-day oscillator is no longer overbought, but it is coming down, right? The price will follow that at some point these next couple days. And we're going to see some downsides. Yep. I think some reversion mean trades here, with Tether back testing here is okay to take some. Make sure you're really tight on your stops because Tether, once it does back test and hold this area of support, those assets are going to hit some resistance areas and probably just make lower highs and continue their down movements. We're in a trade right now on Moon River, 2206 entry here when we identified this 15-minute overbought on Tether. You can see at the top of the wave trend here, it is going to come down a bit. So yeah, these assets should bounce and make lower highs and then continue to the downside. As far as Bitcoin's concerned, I mean, obviously Bitcoin is a lot stronger of an asset than all these other assets, but Bitcoin holding this level here, pretty good, 43.9. With Tether coming down, Bitcoin probably tries to eventually break 44.3K. It's sitting up here. It's not, yes, we've made lower highs, but we're still making higher lows right now on Bitcoin. So I'm not really too concerned about Bitcoin just yet. I say just yet because I think eventually it will roll over in the coming days, weeks. So just be prepared for that. We might see one more push to maybe 49K or something, above this box here. But I think beyond that, I think it's probably topped out for a bit, and we will definitely see some corrective waves down. All right. And if we zoom out to the monthly chart, there's really no damage done on the monthly chart. It's pretty clear to me that this area right here, you can see at the top of this box, 47.2K. We might get one more push to that level before a real correction starts. And that's really it. I think, we're looking at 38.4K as a region for it to come down to first. That level right there on the monthly, we can clearly see that level having been a previous support area that pushed us through. And if we end up breaking that, I'm looking at 35K area here. Something along those lines where when it does reverse here, back down to this major trend line, holding this upsloping channel, and then making some sort of cup with handle type of structure to get to the top. So I think eventually we will get to this top. It will just take some time. Maybe over the course of the next 6 months, we do something like this. Maybe by the end of the year, we test all-time highs, I'm thinking. So just be patient, guys. I think lots of upside to come in these markets. Short term, we're going to see some pullbacks, and that's really it. That's my outlook, and I did say between 42 and 48K was a region. So we're in that range right now. So I'm cautiously bearish right now up here. I think there's not really a lot of value on Bitcoin right this very moment. Some altcoins might be presenting different things. Some altcoins look more bullish than others, and that's really it. I think overall, though, from a long-term perspective, this market looks pretty good. Short term, I think, like I said, downside potentially, and that's how it goes. Any questions, comments, ones you guys want to look at? Post them in the chat. I kind of gave you my overall analysis here. This is a monthly time frame on Bitcoin. The monthly time frame, we broke the monthly squeeze, but we're outside the band. So yeah, a corrective move potentially incoming here in the next month or two. We're still up here on the stochastics. We haven't crossed down in the monthly time frame. The weekly probably also sitting up here. Really, just no real sell signal yet on the weekly chart. The 2-day probably already gave you the sell signal, which was back here on December 9th. But again, we have a 2-day squeeze forming here on Bitcoin. It may be setting up for one more move, I'm thinking. And it's just sitting up here, man. It's just sitting up here. We're just consolidating at this level with Tether, breaking that daily region. Bull run over for now, I would say. Corrective moves down. Definitely in the works. So that's it. How's AVAX looking? So AVAX, I have a trend line here from this bottom that I was respecting. We made a parabolic move off of, went sideways, continued the run. I think, there's confluence around this $30 region for AVAX. And that would put about a 40% correction in for it, which is completely normal in bull markets for altcoins. I think something like that is totally possible for AVAX. And we zoom out to the monthly time frame. We're not taking out this candle. I think we take about half the candle out, which would put us right around this wick high from August of 22, which is around $30. And I think we do something like that. I think $30 is probably a good area, and we probably make some sort of cup with handle type of formation, and maybe going into into the end of the year, 2025, maybe sooner. I don't know the timing, but yeah, something like that. I think maybe one more. We're on a Fibonacci level right now, so if this level doesn't hold, we're probably potentially going down to the next fib, right? So between 30 and $25 if this level doesn't hold, which it would make sense for it not to hold if Tether's going to push up. So yeah, just look out for that. Will I be trading the potential ETF announcement? I see Scamwex coming. No, I'm probably going to just sit sidelines and watch the action. It would make sense for us to get one more scam wick up to like 47, 48K, and then that'll probably be it. Sure, we'll look at Gala. All right, so Gala breaking the uptrend here. Maybe a potential retest of this 0.022 region. That's a major support on the 2-day chart. Definitely did break this wedge pattern without a doubt, broke it. But with Tether going up, things are probably going to continue down for a bit. You can see that we broke a 2-day squeeze to the short side, and you're coming into the bullish control zone right here on the wave trend. So you will get a bounce there. I'm not saying that that's going to be necessarily the bottom, because, well, I guess it could be. Our 2-day stochastics are already down here, so it's probably already has entered the buy zone for Gala. But I think maybe one more move down to that support level, that would make sense. So you've already seen a nice drawdown on Gala here, from about this 3.7 region. Yeah, so about a 40% correction is just what we're looking at on a lot of these alts. So I think that's really it, man. There's nothing to really be scared about unless you bought like into these pumps and you bought at the tops of ranges. I'm down on some coins that I bought, but a lot of these coins I was acquiring, last year and end of last year. So I'm not really too concerned about the price action right now. Just I know this market is going to go into some sort of corrective move. So just need to be patient. And it looks like Tether now has back tested its support on the 15-minute, and it could be bouncing off this level. We could see some more downside. There you go. Hey man, what's up? What's up? What's with INJ? Okay. Yeah, INJ, I think INJ is topped out, man. That's why I sold about half my bag, during Christmas there. I was up a decent amount on that. INJ, you could see just, a sell wall here at 39.50. I wouldn't say it's necessarily done just yet, but man, like your 2-day oscillator is quite extended. Yeah, the 2-day is rounding out, so you could potentially try to make one more wick up there. We'll see, man. Like, it just doesn't look like it's gonna have the momentum to do it, especially if Tether is going to push up, and Tether is definitely pushing up. The same is going to be across the board, man. Like, Tether rules the market, all right? So we can look at Fetch, sure. Let's take a look at it. Fetch coming into a major level here and pulling back. It wouldn't shock me if it went down to 50 cents to retest this breakout. And, we're at a bottom of a range right now on the shorter time scales. And, but if Tether decides that it wants to continue higher, we could get a back test of that, of that level and just continue down. So, short term, maybe upside, but I think the longer term aspect of it is, when I say longer term, I mean like the next couple weeks, maybe month, we could see downside on it. Back to that 50 cent region. All right. Bake. Sure, let's take a look at Bake. So Bake hit a resistance at 82. Wow, big pullback here. Yeah, I mean, maybe down to 28. That's your next real daily support. This went on quite a run, man, So just wait for these daily oscillators to reset. Your daily and 2-day. I bet your 2-day has still got some room down. It does. You can see it's all the way up here on the wave trend, man. I know this is definitely it's definitely in a bullish wave. But you broke the RSI low here, and you're sitting, you're still bullish on the 2-day chart, no doubt. But I think because we're in a corrective move down, a back test of 28.6 cents seems likely, especially right now with Tether moving up. TRB hit the measured move of the pattern. I would stay away from this coin personally. All right. Went to the top of the channel, almost wicked up to the 1272 fib extension, came right back down, and your weekly RSI on this thing is weekly bearish divergence, came right back down into the structure of the channel. Maybe I personally wouldn't be looking to buy this thing. Not until it really gets a major corrective move down. So yeah, I know it's at weekly support, and you broke out, and maybe you're back testing, but I think more downside for this coin. Overall, you might get some short-term pumps up and at supports and stuff, but I think overall the movement is going to be down for this coin. So just pay attention to that. I think you might see another 50% drop on this thing if it breaks this level, especially when Tether is pointing up like it is. And you got this low here. I'd be probably targeting this low at $73 ultimately. All right. SEI, probably a same story across the board, man. SEI putting in a lower high, breaking that trend line. This major trend line here, it broke it. Back testing that level as resistance, right? So I think another wave down for this coin. This looks like a rising wedge or something, or maybe just a bear flag, really, right? Definitely a bear flag, okay? So, especially with the way Tether's looking right now, I think, some more downside for this coin. I'd be looking at, this level here or this level here, depending on where, Tether ends up topping out. Once Tether tops out, then we can look to get back into assets, I would just wait. If you got cash sitting sidelines, just keep it sitting sidelines for now. Filecoin, sure, we'll take a look at it. Filecoin hitting that measured move of $8, like to the T, nailed the top of the range. Filecoin back to like 511 wouldn't shock me at all. And if we go to the weekly time frame, yeah, so exactly, can clearly see that it's probably going to come further down. You have a trend line here that it looks like it breached, or it's right at it. Okay, but with Tether going up, this is probably going to continue down a bit. It obviously already pierced that trend line. It's right on the trend line right now, so pay attention to this trend line. All right, if Tether decides that it's gonna actually just get rejected here and not continue, then we might see a nice bounce there, because this is a major trend line that was supported on the way up here. All right. But Tether to me looks like it's pretty bullish right now on the hourly time frame. We got a range break. It looks like a 3-bar to the upside on Tether, at least for now. And the daily also, daily bullish engulfing candle. Yes, you're coming up to some tops of ranges here. But this to me looks like a falling wedge breakout on Tether on the daily time scale. And yeah, I have an area here at 6.5. I think maybe that's an area. So yeah, I mean, it's at an area right now where it's potentially rejecting, but we'll see, man. I mean, it just looks really strong. That's all. It did just kind of confirm a 1 minute double top, right? But I wouldn't say that that's a real confirmation of a trend reversal in the market. What am I buying? I bought some more solar the other day at 4 cents. I think that coin has got lots of upside potential. It's a low cap, and it's probably even a buy right now, even down here at 3.8. Solar beam. Like if we look at the monthly chart on this thing, it looks pretty beat up, man. Like the monthly RSI is like down here at not even a 1 reading. Lots of upside long term for it. But yeah, that's about it, man. So we'll see. I mean, we could see some short-term upside, like I said, potentially, if Tether kind of tops out at this range and pulls back, and it doesn't power through this level, because the 15 minutes overbought, and could be pulling back here. Our oscillator is kind of saying that. The 12-hour also oscillating up here. So this would be a time to take some longs, okay? And yeah, just kind of tread carefully though, because the overall trend though is the daily is in a reversal. I do like Moon River down here at the bottom of the range, although, like I said before, it could just be some scalping and not anything serious on the swings just yet on it. It is in a flag pattern. All right, it is consolidating, and we are at a bottom of a range. So, and we did have some divergence here on the shorter time scale, with Tether being overbought on the 15-minute. So you could scalp some longs down here, and that's it, man. I think just scalp some longs right now. Watch Tether, see how that thing is going to react up here. I think it's probably going to get rejected here, potentially. Yeah, it's getting rejected right now. So there you go. Lower high being put in. Market should react to the upside a bit. Let's go look at GTC. Sure. Gitcoin. Never heard of this one. Sitting at $1. Okay. So never actually broke out of your downsloping channel here. There was a demand line here that you broke. So I would say if there's more downside, you're probably going to go test the low at 86 cents. And that would make some sense because you didn't actually break out. And this is looking like it's pointing down on the weekly time frame. So, and you're oscillating down, man. You're not oscillating up. You're oscillating down. All right. Woo, that's a good coin. Let's take a look at it. So Woo did break out. All right, went right to the golden mean ratio. Would make sense to come down to back test, 26 to 31 cents. All right, this was your range break area. And you could just dip back into the pattern, man. All right, you can clearly see the parabolic trend line that it was on or is on. And it could just come back down to test the parabolic trend line, man. Like we could see a retest of 30 cents eventually. You're sitting on a 4-hour support right now, but Tether continues its push up, then you guys already know what'll happen. So monitoring Tether is a pretty critical thing to find the best entries and get in good on some of these coins. All right. That's it. Lower highs being made. Probably going to roll over once Tether pushes back up here. That's really it. We got 20 people on the stream tonight, man. Wow. Lots of folks interested in where these markets are headed. And right now, the markets are heading to the downside. And a lot of that is because look at your weekly on Tether. All right. Never been this oversold ever. Ever. So Tether's bouncing. That's going to cause these assets to dip and pull back, which we've been seeing. What's up, Jesus? What's going on, dude? So yeah, that's really it. can clearly see the uptrend here starting on Tether. So yeah, I think short term, like the next couple hours, we could see Tether maybe pull back a bit, range here for a bit before eventually breaking this level 5.9, and we could then see some further downside in the market. But for now, it's pointing down here on the on the 15-minute, right? Oscillating down, 12 hours oscillating. Hasn't crossed down yet, but probably will. So tomorrow we might see some upside in the market, and we'll have to see how this plays out. As long as Tether doesn't take out this 12-hour candle at 5.8, then further downside in the market. Yeah, BTC we looked at. Take a look at it again. Just sitting right at a level, man. Just sitting right at a level. This didn't really do too much yet to Bitcoin. I think, there might be, one more move in the tank. And the reason why I say that is because the 2-day gave us a buy signal. All right. And we're going into this squeeze on the 2-day chart and the daily. But we could end up squeezing short, right? Because the 4-hour is now ticked down. And, Tether's ticking up on the hourly, 4-hour. Bitcoin dominance coming back into the rising wedge that it broke down from. So altcoins probably going to underperform Bitcoin. I would say a lot of people are. I have no idea about TMN. Really, there's no data on that coin, so I can't give you a price target. But you can use Fibonacci levels to kind of gauge that, man. All right. So TIA, let's just fib from this level here because we know that data. Maybe $23 your next real level if you continue the uptrend. Right, and you're holding the trend line, so you're fine until you break that. Supercoin. Take a look at it. Rounding top, right, man? Straight up, probably straight down type of action. Support here at 33 cents. Broke out of a major falling wedge structure. Confirmed breakout. Beautiful pattern, beautiful breakout. Probably did a 618 retracement, if I had to guess. All right, so just about. It did a 51, between a 50% and 618. So yeah, I mean, you're not able to hold this level here. When you're right on that level here, it's just straight down to the next range, which is here at 36 cents. Okay. Drip, we'll take a look at drip, yeah. Drip holding its own, man. Just trying to leg up here on drip. Cup and handle formation. Drip actually looks good. Your weekly on drip is still Rec City. You're just getting a weekly confirmed cross, which you haven't seen in a very long time. So I think drip actually might outperform the rest of this market right now. Looks pretty good. Drip looks pretty good. You're technically out of the wedge pattern, the down sloping wedge pattern. So yeah, you could see drip maybe go to the 50% retracement level. You know, like a lot of these other coins, they went 50% retracements. That's it. Tether pushing up right now. Going for another test up here. Right, just touch, reject, making a higher low. Maybe try to push through it this time, right? So just beware that this is looking pretty bullish, man. And it's not looking bullish for the market right now. So just beware, man. Just be aware that we're gonna see some downside and be okay with that. There's not really too much you can do about it. Arweave, probably similar stories. Yeah, man. I mean, got a nice wedge break, almost to the 38.2% retracement level. You know, kind of weak on its move, I would say, versus other assets. Yeah, I mean, come down to test the 51 RSI level. So probably, you know, coming down to there on the weekly chart. It's the buy zone for Matic. Yeah, we'll take a look at it, man. The accumulation schematic on Matic. All right, so actually, I don't think this is the right chart. But okay. Yeah, about 60 cents for Matic, I think. That level right there. Like clearly didn't get above the median channel here. It tried, like just like it tried here, but this is different because it actually did get above it and back tested as support. So a little bit of a different structure, but very similar to the previous cycle. And that's really it. I mean, I think some more downside for Matic, a bit of downside. You know, oversold, but no divergence really here. 4 hour telling you there's more downside coming. Daily, 2-day charts, all pointing down. So yeah, just watch the levels, man. Like the major support level for Matic is 60 cents. So we could see that. When we went to $1, that'd be a 40% correction. I think a lot of these are going to see 40% to 50% corrections. And that's really it, man. That's really the gist of it. Tether, you know, rejecting again the same range for a third time. So scalp and longs probably still okay right now as it does that. XRP on the run right now. Wow, what a rip off the low. Right off support, man. XRP could do a monster move if this gets follow through, man. Kind of just, didn't really see a big pump, so it would make sense for it to do that. XRP up 3% on the day. Definitely outpacing the rest of this market right now. Yeah, it can. I said that we could see one more push up for Bitcoin. Tron. Take a look at Tron. Tron Connect. Stopped at the top here. It could range for a bit. This asset's still pretty strong, man. Yeah, you're right now you're bearishly engulfing. Could come down a bit. You got some monthly bear div here. Well, not bear div really, but you can see that your momentum oscillator is kind of topping out a bit on the monthly. Not something I probably want to be holding personally, but that's just me. ApeCoin. This coin's wrecked city. Probably a buy long term. I don't know. I don't like how that monthly made a doji like that. It's not a very strong candle. But yeah, I mean, you got a break and a back test happening on it. This could be the level, could be the area for it to reverse, maybe. It is quite now oversold on the daily chart. 2-day has room to run down a bit, but FTM, I think FTM is going to be a good buy, yeah. Maybe not just yet, but you know, rejecting the top of the range, might come back down to 34 cents. Pretty close to those areas, man. But yeah. Monthly time frame probably looks pretty good, man. Yeah. Monthly looking good on FTM. I think we got another week, maybe 2 weeks of downside. And that's it. Because these moves down are happening fast. So line up what you want to buy and just start buying stuff when they start approaching those levels, man, because this dip's going to be fast. Sounds good, buddy. Yeah, we're definitely going to see a dip. Definitely going to see a dip. Like I said, this weekly RSI is oversold. You know, this is going to come out of oversold territory and reject bullish control zone. So it would make sense for Tether to come up to like 40 on the RSI or even up to here, these levels, before we get a big reversal in the market. That's my take on it. But the monthly, you know, still has room to come down, man. Like, overall, the overall trend is going to be up. Just we're going to see these pullbacks, make higher lows, and rally, man. That's it. Just be ready, man. Just this is the time to reaccumulate assets if you missed the bottoms. Because I wouldn't say this monthly chart looks bullish, man. It looks bearish, right? I mean, yes, we back tested this level here. We're gonna probably bounce a bit. That's this bounce I'm talking about. It's gonna be a pretty significant bounce too. It's not just gonna be a bullshit bounce. You know, you get a weekly oversold RSI. You know, you're gonna bounce, man. You're gonna bounce right up to probably 6.47 to 6.5% before you reject and come back down. So, but after you oscillate up like that and make a rejection, you get rejected here, you'll come back down and retest this low. And the tall tale sign, if we're really going into a bull run or continuing the bull run, is if we lose this low and we start really breaking down. Elephant money, elephant trash, sure. Let's look at elephant trash. So elephant trash, let's see. Got to pull back on the weekly. Yeah, you could be making some sort of wedge formation, but I don't know, man. Like, Nasty bearish engulfing candle right at the trend line there. Probably come down further, man. Probably come down to like 2,700 or something eventually. Like your monthly candle doesn't look too hot, right? You've just been taken out. Like this is straight up. So if we get continued selling pressure, you know, we could take this candle out here, 22, maybe down to 1750. That's potential. That's a potential for elephant money. Like this doesn't look bullish right now. This looks like it's coming down. All right. I am not in elephant money anymore. I sold the top. But yeah, I mean, maybe short term, if you hold the range low, you could maybe attempt a rally, but it's going to be tough, especially if Tether's going up and BNB is coming down. And by breakout, do you mean breakdown? I assume you mean breakdown. Yeah. Litecoin breaking down. Breaking the major trend line too. Your monthly candle doesn't look too hot either, man. You could come back down to $40, man. This looks like bear flag stuff, right? I wouldn't want to be a holder of Litecoin in this cycle at all. Just saying, it doesn't look too hot, man. The monthly, you know, does not even need a squeeze. Like you're impending a monthly bearish cross on it. I wouldn't want to be a holder of Litecoin. 2-day bearish cross. It probably continue downside for this asset. You know, after confirming a trend line, major trend line break. Gabe's been doing good, man. My son's doing well. He's doing well. I personally would not. The long-term time frames don't look good. You want some time frame, long-term time frames to look good to be really in them long term, right? Like let's look at flow, for example. So our AVAX, I said $25 to $30 range level. Maybe look for a retest. Flow didn't actually even make it to the 236 extension. It's kind of weak. But yeah, I mean, it's still pretty low in terms of where it's at on the chart. You know, the RSI is really wrecked. It's at 12 on the monthly. The weekly went into bullish territory and pulled back here. We do have an RSI break on it, so I'm not too concerned about flow. It probably will pull back with the rest of the market. The weekly oscillator is overbought. Gave you a weekly sell signal. Yeah, so flow maybe comes back down to 50, 60 cents. Totally can do that. Yeah. Everything's going to go down because Tether is going up. The dollar found a bottom, right? The DXY. We want to be watching this right now. If the dollar doesn't continue higher here and just breaks further down, then Tether is going to break down further too. And we'll really see the upside we want to see. But for now, the weekly on the dollar is now pointing up. And we haven't got a buy signal on the weekly time frame. But man, if that does pick up some steam, right? Like the 2-day gave us a buy signal on the dollar. You're at the bottom of the wave trend. Like you're going to swing over to, yeah, man. That's it. Theta? Sure. Probably downside, right? Downside price action to come. Yeah, your monthly looks beautiful on this chart. right? You broke the wedge pattern, you hit the top of a range, and you're just going to pull back a bit. You might come back down to like, 81 cents next couple months, all right? Pulse. Pulse chain's pretty wrecked, man. So I don't know. You got your top of your range there, your bottom of your range here. You're kind of in the middle of the range. Maybe you made some sort of bottom there. You retested that low, and you made a higher low, right? Maybe some sort of double bottom on Pulse. This actually doesn't look half bad. So maybe Pulse can rally up to its range high. I was looking at Die. Die looked pretty good. So yeah, I mean, if Die breaks this trend line right here, Die can really go on a move. But that's it, gentlemen, ladies. We're gonna see some downside. Just be ready for it. Die versus ETH. Die versus ETH is a stable coin, man. What do you mean? Tether is breaking a 4-hour squeeze, man. Titan X. You're at your range low, man. I mean, I don't really see any upside on this, especially versus ETH here. I think this is probably just going to continue trending down. You're oversold on the 4-hour. You're daily oversold now. You're 3-day oversold. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If buyers step in here, then sure. But this chart does not look too convincing to me right now. Why can't this thing make lower lows? Is this asset, doesn't really do anything. It's just people just use it to sell shit, right? ARB. Yeah, let's take a look at ARB. Arbitrum monthly chart looks great. Back testing. your breakout. You almost got to the 1272 fib extension, so very extended, nice falling wedge double bottom breakout. We call this one out in the alerts chat. Very extended on the daily chart. Maybe back down to like $1.38, or even as low as $1.30 to retest or come down. Just watch this trend line, man. You broke this trend line, so I would say shorting it is probably not a bad play right now. Right? Shorting anything right now is probably the play. In fact, I'm going to open up a short trade right now on ARB. Because why not? It just broke a level. All right, folks. That's all I got for this evening. Stay cool, stay calm. Corrections impending. Try to buy at major levels. Watch Tether. That's it. All right, guys. Chat to you guys next time.